All right, my friend, let's wrap things up with the lightning round. I'll read a few of my very favorite quotes, and then why don't you respond to us telling what it means to you, first thing that comes to your mind.
Okay.
This is from Denzel Washington. It's not just what you have, but it's what you do with what you have. Who are you lifting up? Who are you making better?
Yeah. So what is what you do with what you have. And again, I think it's, for myself, it is that complete feeling of purpose that I feel in my heart. I'm gonna take, I didn't invent any of the things that I've put together in this container, but putting those individual pieces together is what my secret sauce is to the world. And yes, we're gonna get it out there.
Almost every business that I've done in my life, Dan, has been what I call a mashup. And you know what a mashup is from the software industry?
Yeah.
And that's what you've done. It's a mashup.
Totally.
That's how many innovations are done. Okay, this is one from my past. I don't know the author. Once you get where you want to be, you're not there anymore.
Well, that totally goes back to trending upwards, right? Even on a daily, living your life on a daily way. When you reach your goals, the next day you better wake up with a goal that's just a little bit higher than the day before. And, I've tried to always be that person. And it's hard sometimes, missteps, miscalculations, they're going to happen. There's no way to avoid them. It's how you recover, how you respond. But yes, I mean, whatever I achieve today, I'm going to do more tomorrow for sure.
And the miscalculations, that's a part of your network. So all those failures and all those mistakes, those are all a part of what you can draw on as you move forward.
They are.
Yeah,
absolutely.
All right, this one's from Billy Joel, paraphrasing Socrates. The more I learn, the less I know. Man,
I can go to the grocery store anytime and get beautiful red tomatoes, right? Any time of the year. But I thought I knew so much about, food, especially when I had my home delivered produce company. But since I've started this project, I've learned that malnutrition isn't a problem with the land and the soil and climate change. It's a man-made problem. Mm-hmm. And sometimes it's a man-made problem by design. For example, in Syria, the proxy war going on, they're deliberately keeping food from all of those people to help drive them into almost surrendering their will. If we got to eat every day, right? And so when you can manipulate someone's food chain, you quickly take power over them. So I mean, what I thought I knew about food and humanity and supply chain has been totally disrupted. And to be honest with you, it's been very disheartening what I've learned, and that just drives me even harder to try to penetrate the current status quo and disrupt and bring food to the local economies and communities around the world. When we were frontiers and moving across the United States, we always landed around food hubs. Johnny Appleseed, he migrated across and created food hubs. So you always knew you could, if you got to the Ohio Valley, you're gonna be able to hang out for a couple of days, replenish with food, get necessities, and keep moving west. And it's totally changed. Industrial agriculture, the big, they control our food chain, and so there is a purpose with people now taking back the ownership of their own food. They want to know who grew it, how it was grown, the carbon footprint. I mean, all of those things just help support, the ideology of like, hey, help your neighbor out. And, I think I think the planet, I've said this for 20 plus years. There are two things that can help solve the world's issues: food and music. Because we can totally disagree on everything, but man, if I can sit across the table from you and have a good meal and listen to some tunes in the background, then you and I can probably come to some common ground.
That's it. Right on. Okay, the last one from Goethe. Whatever you can do or dream you can do, begin it. Boldness has genius, power, and magic in it. Begin it now.
Yeah, so I was very nervous about starting down this path. I don't have unlimited resources in terms of finances. And so any endeavor requires, some type of financial support, some burn rate. And so I was nervous in the beginning, but I reached out very early on to some mentors here in this community. And I told them my idea, showed them kind of some early paperwork, some due diligence that I had done in the space. And everyone still from the very beginning overwhelmingly saying, oh my gosh, Dan, you have to do it. This is amazing. And so, man, when you get that feedback, it's like, okay, I not throw caution to the wind, but man, it just tells me I know I'm on track for my purpose and what I'm trying to do. When you have every single person going, okay, I want to be a part, how can I be a part? That just fuels my fire.